Do you know that your brain can't feel pain? It just interprets pain signals sent from other parts of the body, but it does not have pain receptors itself. Your brain is also always active, even when you are sleeping. You use all of your brain, not just 10% as some people believe. Your brain is an amazing organ that controls everything we do, think, feel, and remember. But what if I told you that some of the things you do every day could be harming your brain without you even realizing it? That's right, some of your daily habits could be destroying your brain cells, impairing your memory, and increasing your risk of Alzheimer's. In this video, we will reveal 10 of these habits that you should stop doing before it's too late. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Sitting too much. How many hours a day do you spend sitting? Whether it's at your desk, on your couch, or in your car, chances are you sit for more than you should. And that can be bad for your brain. Sitting for long periods of time can reduce the blood flow to your brain, which can affect its function and structure. One of the brain regions that is most affected by sitting is the medial temporal lobe, which is responsible for forming new memories. Studies have shown that sedentary behavior is linked to thinning of the MTL, which can be a precursor to cognitive decline and dementia in middle-aged and older adults. But don't worry, by breaking up your sitting time with physical activity, you can improve your brain health and memory. For example, in a recent study done in 2017, researchers found that participants who walked for 40 minutes 3 times a week for a year had increased volume in their hippocampus, a part of the MTL that is crucial for memory. They also performed better on memory tests than those who did not exercise. Number 2. Skipping breakfast. We all know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but did you know that skipping breakfast can actually harm your brain? First of all, skipping breakfast can make you crave more fatty and high-calorie foods later in the day. This is because your brain becomes more sensitive to food cues and rewards when you are hungry. In fact, a study by Imperial College London showed that people who skipped breakfast had more activity in the brain regions involved in appetite and reward when they saw pictures of unhealthy foods compared to those who had breakfast. Other than that, your brain needs glucose to function properly, and glucose comes from the food you eat. When you skip breakfast, your blood sugar levels drop and your brain has less fuel to work with. According to studies, this reduces the accuracy and speed of cognitive tasks, especially those involving working memory. To prevent all this, you need to eat a healthy breakfast every day. According to a study by Harvard Medical School, eating breakfast reduced the risk of Alzheimer's disease by 27% in older adults. So, what are you waiting for? Grab a bowl of oatmeal, a slice of whole wheat toast, or a fruit smoothie, and feed your brain the nutrients it needs to stay healthy and happy. Number 3. You don't floss your teeth. Do you know what your teeth and gums have to do with your brain? You might be surprised to learn that not flossing regularly can actually harm your brain health. So, let me explain. When you don't floss, plaque and tartar build up on your teeth, creating a breeding ground for bacteria that can cause gum disease. Gum disease is not only bad for your mouth, but also for your body. It can cause inflammation that can affect your brain and increase your risk of developing dementia. Yes, you heard that right. Poor oral hygiene can lead to memory loss and cognitive decline. There are many studies that support this link. For example, in a recent study, researchers found that people with gum disease or tooth loss had evidence of shrinkage in the hippocampus, which is a brain area essential for memory. The more severe the gum disease, the more the hippocampus shrank. This means that gum disease can damage your brain cells and impair your memory function. Another study showed that bacteria from the mouth can travel to the brain and overstimulate the brain's immune cells, which normally help clear out the amyloid plaques that cause Alzheimer's disease. However, when these cells are overworked, they become ineffective and unable to digest the plaques. This leads to more plaque accumulation and more brain damage. So, to prevent this, brush and floss your teeth every day. By keeping your mouth clean and healthy, you can also protect your brain from inflammation and degeneration. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 4. Spending too much time alone. Do you enjoy spending time by yourself, reading a book, watching a movie, or just relaxing? There is nothing wrong with that, but as long as you also have some social interactions with other people. You see, our brains are social organs that need stimulation and interaction to function well. When we are alone for too long, our brains can suffer from lack of activity and connection. This can lead to problems like depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and even dementia. In a recent study, researchers used a special type of brain imaging to measure the gray matter of older adults who reported their level of social engagement. Gray matter is the part of the brain that contains the nerve cells that process information. The more gray matter you have, the better your brain functions. The researchers found that the participants who had more social engagement had more robust gray matter in regions of the brain that are relevant for dementia. This means that they had a lower risk of developing dementia than those who had less social engagement. So, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and call your friends, join a group, or sign up for a class. Your brain will thank you for it. Number 5. Staying in the dark for too long. You might think that darkness is good for your sleep, and that's true, but only when you are actually sleeping. If you spend most of your waking hours in a dimly lit environment, you are depriving your brain of natural light, which helps regulate your circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is your body's internal clock that tells you when to sleep and when to wake up. When you don't get enough natural light, your circadian rhythm gets disrupted, and you may experience insomnia, depression, anxiety, fatigue, and impaired memory. Darkness also affects your melatonin production, which is a hormone that helps you sleep and regulates your immune system. When it gets dark, your brain starts to produce melatonin, which makes you sleepy and prepares you for rest. But when you are in the dark for too long, your melatonin levels get too high, and this can have negative effects on your health. You may become more prone to infections, inflammation, and even some types of cancer. So try to open your curtains and windows every morning and let the sunshine in. This will help you wake up and feel more alert. You also need to go outside and expose yourself to the sunlight for at least 15 minutes a day. This will help you maintain your circadian rhythm and boost your serotonin levels. In fact, a study by the University of Michigan found that spending time outdoors increased memory by 20% and reduced stress by 28%. So, go ahead and enjoy the sunshine. Number 6. Not getting enough sleep. One of the worst habits you can have for your brain is not getting enough sleep. When you sleep, your brain consolidates and strengthens the information you learned during the day. But if you don't sleep enough, your brain can't do this properly, and you may forget what you learned or have trouble recalling it later. Other than that, not getting enough sleep can also affect your mood and emotional regulation. Sleep helps your brain process your emotions and cope with stress. But if you don't sleep enough, your brain can become more reactive and less rational. You may experience more negative emotions, such as anger, sadness, anxiety, or depression. You may also have difficulty controlling your impulses and making good decisions. And if you need more motivation to get enough sleep, in a recent study done in 2020, researchers found that participants who slept 8 hours per night for 4 weeks had improved cognitive function by about 20%. They performed better on tests of attention, memory, reasoning, and problem solving than those who slept 6 hours or less per night. They also reported feeling more alert, happy, and energetic than those who slept poorly. Number 7. Eating too much sugar. Do you love indulging in candy, ice cream, cookies, and cakes? If you do, you might want to think twice before reaching for another sugary treat. Sugar is the main fuel for your brain cells, but when you eat too much sugar, your blood glucose levels spike and then drop rapidly. This creates a roller coaster of highs and lows that can affect your brain function. High blood sugar can damage the neurons and blood vessels in your brain, leading to inflammation and oxidative stress. This can impair your ability to form and recall memories. Low blood sugar can cause brain fog, fatigue, irritability, and confusion. It can also trigger cravings for more sugar, creating a vicious cycle. For example, a study by UCLA researchers found that rats that consumed a high fructose diet for 6 weeks had impaired memory and learning abilities. To prevent this from happening, you need to eat a balanced diet that includes healthy fats, proteins, and fiber. You can also supplement your diet with omega-3 fatty acids, which can counteract the negative effects of fructose on the brain, as the same UCLA study showed. Number 8. Not drinking enough water. Water is essential for your brain and for your whole body. Water makes up about 75% of your brain, and it helps your brain function properly. Water helps your brain cells communicate, regulate your body temperature, remove toxins, and produce hormones and neurotransmitters. Water also helps your brain stay alert, focused, and creative. Dehydration, on the other hand, can impair your memory, attention, and mood, and make you more susceptible to headaches, fatigue, and confusion. So how can you drink enough water and save your brain? Well, the general recommendation is to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day, or about 2 liters. But this may vary depending on your age, weight, activity level, and climate. A good way to check if you are hydrated is to look at the color of your urine. It should be clear or pale yellow, not dark yellow or brown. Number 9. Not challenging your brain. Your brain is like a muscle, and it needs exercise to stay fit and healthy. If you don't challenge your brain, it will get lazy and lose its ability to learn and adapt. If you challenge your brain, however, you will stimulate the growth of new brain cells and connections, and improve your cognitive abilities and mental performance. Challenging your brain can also prevent or delay the onset of dementia and keep your mind sharp and agile. So how can you challenge your brain and save it from decay? Well, the best way to do that is to learn something new. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it interests you and makes you think. You can learn a new language, a new skill, a new hobby, a new instrument, or anything else that sparks your curiosity. You can also challenge your brain by doing puzzles, games, quizzes, crosswords, or Sudoku. Or you can also read books, watch documentaries, listen to podcasts, or attend lectures. The key is to expose your brain to new and diverse information and to keep it active and engaged. Number 10. Smoking. Smoking is one of the worst things you can do for your brain and for your overall health. Smoking damages your blood vessels, reduces the amount of oxygen and nutrients that reach your brain, and increases your risk of stroke and brain aneurysm. It also accelerates the aging of your brain and makes you more likely to develop Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. The best way to protect your brain is to stop smoking as soon as possible. To do that, you need to seek professional help. You can also join a support group or find a buddy who is also trying to quit. The important thing is to find a method that works for you and to stick with it. Quitting smoking is hard, but it's not impossible, and the benefits for your brain and your health are worth it. So, these were the 10 bad daily habits that can damage your brain. The good news is that you can reverse some of the damage by changing your lifestyle and adopting healthier behaviors. You can start by eating well, sleeping enough, exercising regularly, drinking enough water, challenging your brain, and quitting smoking. By doing these simple things, you can boost your brain power, improve your mental health, and prevent cognitive decline. Trust me, your brain will thank you for it. Now we want to hear from you. Do you have some of these habits? Did you know they were harming your brain before watching the video? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.